So we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to go over it first on how to, what are the concepts to build a high converting author landing page. And this is just to have people sign up for your newsletter list. Okay, that's what this landing page is for. And then I'm going to try to do a really quick example on MailerLite so that you can see what it's like, and then answer any questions. And I'm going to try to do all of this in an hour. So hang with me there. If we don't get to do all of the details of the landing page, we can do it later, right? Because I'm doing these now every 2 weeks. Okay, so what you're doing is you're either giving away a reader magnet, something of is an irresistible offer for somebody to sign up for your mailing list. Is what is happening in the landing page. Anytime you want to go to the next screen would be fine. There we go. And that's didn't work. There we go. So what you're going to get out of here is a launch ready landing page. It's going to be focused on conversions, not just sign up for my mailing list kind of thing, but you want to know that what you're putting out there is something that people are signing up for. You want to make sure it's very clear what the reader magnet is. We're not going to use the terms reader magnet or anything else to readers. It's what we know behind the scenes. But what it's doing is it's directly answering the reader or visitor to your site, to this page, that why they should be. It's all about them. It's not about you. It's all about them. We are going to also make sure that the CTA, which is the call to action, is compelling so that they'll do it, and that it does two things. It's going to reflect your author brand, and it's going to convert visitors there to engaged subscribers. And then because you do a lot of work, you need to test it to make sure that it's working. And so I'm going to give you some ideas on how to walk away with a very simple plan on how to test your landing page. Okay, so today's agenda, so that you know what I'm going to talk about really fast, is why sign-up boxes fail. Then I'm going to go over the 5 elements of the framework so that you know what we're working with. Then I'm going to try to do a live build on MailerLite for you, if it cooperates with me. And then testing and tracking how to do that. And then next steps, if you have any questions, and then there's gonna be room for questions. I figured that would be very important. All right, so why do the traditional sign-up boxes fail? First of all, they are passive, which means that they're either at the top of the page, bottom of the page, pop in, pop out. They're very small. There's no real reason to sign up. Most people find them annoying and just push them away or ignore them altogether. You have 0 narrative space on a box. Okay, you usually have 1 line and then place for their email and a button for them to push. That's it. Not a lot of information, not a lot of ways of telling them what they're going to get for this. So if you're doing those really small boxes, it's more about you and not about the reader. Then there's distraction overload. It's on a page that's got a whole bunch of other stuff going on, right? It's got a menu. It's got different other calls to actions. It's got other pictures. It's got other places that they can go. Every time that there's another place for them to go, they are not signing up for your newsletter. They are not signing up. They're not giving you their email address so that you can add it to your mailing list. And really, maybe not as important as everything else, but there's a total, what we call trust deficit, which means there's no social proof, there's no testimonials, there's no brand cues for them to want to sign up to get something from you. Even if you say, sign up, I'm going to give you my free epilogue or something like that, you're not giving them more information of what they need and reasons for them to sign up. Okay, this is, if you're going to take notes, these are the notes that you need, right? There's 5 elements to the framework. The first one is a clear headline. And what the clear headline does is it is a promise that instantly communicates a value and it captures the attention of the visitor in one line. That's the most important thing. Second thing is your irresistible offer. This is what is known. It is the exclusive content that makes subscription a no-brainer. Persuasive copy. You're going to have benefits-focused text that you're going to use over and over again on this page that shows readers exactly what they're going to get by joining your community. And you're going to focus on join my community versus get an email from me. Okay? You want to make sure that you include strong visuals. And the reason for that is that visuals are the pictures that are on the page, but they are also the color of the page. They are also the fonts of the page. They communicate underneath that what they're doing is matching you as your author brand, but it's also giving them something that is a reason for them to join your community. And also, you're making it show that it's part of the genre that they're looking for. So this means that if you write different genres, you're going to want to have different landing pages, one for each of the different genres, because usually they can't mix. And you can have multiple landing pages. Don't worry about that. That's perfectly fine. And the most other, besides the clear headline, the other most important thing is to have one call to action on this page. That means one button or one sign up thing where all that they have to do is provide their email address and possibly their name, and that's it. If you were to give them more than one, that starts the whole process of this paralysis of, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So you want to tell them, this is what you're going to do. One thing, just sign up, period. That's all this page is doing. Okay, so let's go into a little bit more so you can understand what we're talking about for each of the different things. So the first element, remember the one that's the most important is your clear headline. This is the most, it's going to take up the most crucial spot of real estate on your landing page, which means at the very top of it, it is going to instantly communicate what the visitors are going to get, and it's going to be scannable in one line. And because I'm so nice, I'm giving you a formula. So this is good. Formulas are good, right? It's made of three pieces: an action verb, plus a specific thing, plus a time frame. So an example of an action verb is get, unlock, download, discover, claim. Okay. The second thing is, here's an example. Get a free bonus epilogue today. What they're getting, what are they getting? Free bonus epilogue, and when? Today. This headline works because it's specific. It's not just free content. It creates urgency today, and it communicates value. You also want to make sure that the headline is aligned with your genre and your value. Both the genre and the value proposition is obvious in the one line. A romance reader should know immediately it's about a romance offer. A fantasy should feel that it is part of the genre's magic. Mysteries, it should be something thrilling and something that has to do with a suspense or mystery element. Now we'll talk about the irresistible offer. You want to make sure that your reader magnet is matched to the genre and the series if this is part of a series. You want to make sure that if it's a romance reader, they're getting a bonus scene with their favorite characters. Mystery fans like case files and clues. Fantasy readers, they enjoy world building extras like maps or character backstories that they're not getting in the books. And it should feel like a natural extension of your books. It shouldn't be something odd. It should be something that feels like it would fit right into a book that they're reading of yours. You also want to name it like it's a product, because it's a product. It may not be like a book, a whole book, but it is a product, and you're going to make sure that you treat it like that. So you don't want to use a generic term. Instead, you want to make it a collectible sounding idea, something like the lost Christmas letter, the detective's case file number 1, a forbidden map of Eldoria. You want to make it sound exclusive and valuable. And you also want to make a quick delivery and its relevance to you, to them signing up. So you're going to choose content that you can deliver immediately via email, which means it's going to be a PDF or EPUB or something like that. You're going to keep it relevant to your current content or upcoming release so that new subscribers can have a clear path to becoming readers and buyers. You also want to remember that readers are discovering your books. If you have backlist, they're discovering your books maybe 10 years after you wrote it and published it, but it's still for sale and they're still finding it. Books now have a very long tail, and you should take advantage of that. Persuasive copy, what is it? It's not just about you. Remember, everything on this page should be focusing on the reader, what the reader's going to get out of it, what their pain point is, what their outcome is going to be, their emotions, their transformations. So in writing persuasive copy, you don't want to have more than 3 bullets. Remember odds, okay? 1, 3. So you want to make sure that you're not listing everything. Don't give them the whole kitchen sink. You want reader-focused bullets, and you want to have that. Here's an example. So you can blank. They're more effective than just listing 7 or 5 different things. And each bullet point should highlight a distinct benefit to the reader, You want to also focus on the outcomes. Is what are they going to experience? What is the reader going to experience? They're going to get instant contact to something, instant access to maybe to your exclusive content that you're giving them, whether it's an epilogue, whether it's a map, whether it's a character backstory, whether it was a deleted scene. It's exclusive only when they do something for you, which is to provide their email address. Or you want to provide a feeling that they are belonging to a very exclusive insider community. So these are, if you can remember these when you're writing the words that you're putting on this landing page, that it makes a big difference. You want to avoid the me stuff, which means I'll send you my newsletter. That's nice. Who cares, right? But instead, replace it with you'll receive exclusive bonus stories. Here's something to look forward to in your newsletter. Should replace join my list with get instant access. You want to make every sentence that you're putting on this page about them, their experience, their needs, not yours. Here's some just examples of what is considered strong visuals or your branding, right? This is, of course, AI generated. It's not exactly a book cover, but it's close. It like takes elements of it, which you're allowed to do if, somebody else owns the copyright to your book cover. You want to make sure that the branding builds instant trust and creates an emotional connection to the reader. It should be all about you. Now, the picture that we're showing here is considered the hero image, right? And you notice that it's evocative of the genre that we're looking at. And you want to make sure that you're using consistent colors and fonts. Don't just change colors and fonts throughout the page. Limit it to 2 or 3 fonts maximum. I would say 2 fonts. Don't get crazy here. 1 for headlines and 1 for the regular body copy, okay? What it does is that when you're consistent and you use the same colors, like just use 2 colors, a highlight color and black is fine. It shows that you're professional and it builds the brand recognition. So use the same colors that are on the rest of the pages of your website, even though you're not showing a menu or anything else. When they visited your website, they saw colors and they saw the fonts that were being used. And so you want to replicate those within this landing page. And then the other thing is, it's really important, is that the most important things must be above the fold. Do you all know what above the fold is? That means they don't need to scroll down to see any information. It's what they see on their screen. Now, remember that 60% of the people visiting this are going to be on their mobile phones. So it's really important that you test it on your mobile device so that you see where that fold is, because the fold on a mobile device is not the same as on a computer. Oops, I went too fast. No, I didn't. All right. So the last element is the call to action. And this is like really important. You want to have one call to action. Don't get carried away here, just one. And you want to be able to use a word or a sentence or a phrase that's not subscribe. Okay. And we're going to give you some ideas of what you can do for that as well. So you want that single button to be above the fold. But if you have a longer page where you're going to put the different elements in that we're talking about, you can also repeat the same button down at the bottom. You could repeat it at different intervals within the page. Those are fine, as long as it's just one call to action, like it's not going to do anything else. Okay. And you want to make sure that the text on the button or the text is very action oriented. You don't want to use submit, subscribe, that kind of stuff. What you want to do is continue this excitement that you're building. Send my free story. Remember, we're talking the reader. The reader is the focus of this. Claim my bonus chapter. Start reading now. It makes it feel like they're getting something valuable. They're not just signing up. And make sure that you have removed all the distractions on this page, which means no sidebars, no navigation menus, no competing links. Every element that isn't your headline, your author, the benefit, or CTA is an exit point, and you do not want to have that on your landing page. So once you've got the 5 basic core elements, then these are some extras you can add to it. Social proof is a really good thing. Now, what is social proof? This is where it's like a reader review, a reader snippet, something like that, or it could be subscriber count, join 12,000 plus readers, or join, if you only got 500, you can go ahead and say that if you want to. It doesn't matter. But what social proof does is it reduces hesitation and it builds a trust immediately, which means that they are not the only person who are getting the free epilogue, who are getting that. They're part of, there's somebody else that's done it before them and they were happy with what they got. Always make sure that you do a mobile first preview, which means that you test it on your mobile device or on your, if you don't have a mobile device, then do it on a pad or something like that, because you want to make sure that the text font is not weird on the mobile device where it cuts off the words and stuff. That's the word wrapping. You also want to make sure that it's easy for them to push the buttons with their thumb or their finger. It depends on, you want to make sure it's easy for them to fill in the blanks and to go ahead and to move on to the next thing. It's not a nice to have optimization for your mobile device. It's essential that you have it, because over 60% of the people who are visiting, who are using this, are using a mobile device. Then after you've done it, you want to be able to do A/B testing. Now, A/B testing sounds like a scary thing, not a scary thing. What it is that you're testing one element at a time. So they could be, you try 2 different headlines, you test for a week or 100 people coming through it to make sure that it's actually working. So you wouldn't want to do 2 different headlines and 2 different CTA buttons at the same test, because that makes it meaningless. What you wanted to do is get very meaningful data so that you can make tweaks and that you can polish it up. And you would be surprised that even a small tweak like changing free to exclusive or download now or something like that can yield surprising better results. Okay, so this is essentially the worksheet, what you need to do before we actually build the first landing page. You want to have a headline, and remember to use the formula, the action verb, the specific thing, plus the time frame, and make it genre obvious and benefit clear. You want an offer prompt, which means you want to make sure that your reader magnet feels exclusive and collectible, not just some kind of generic thing that's out there that anybody can get. You want it specific to your world and valuable for your world. And you want to make sure that you avoid the generic term of free download. Make sure that you have benefits for them. What changes for your reader will they get after they subscribe? So this could be the 3 things that they'll get with your after they're on your newsletter list. They'll get access, excitement, belonging, insider knowledge, emotional payoff, focus on their transformation. Remember, it's all about the reader. It's not about you. It's not about your schedule when it comes out and things like that. So remember, if you can keep the reader in mind at every step of this, you will be 100% better than you're just doing something for you. And make sure that your CTA prompt is action oriented and that it is something that they're going to want to do immediately. Okay, so here's some landing page starters, like I gave you, which is just a headline and a CTA in 4 different genres. So for example, for romance, a headline could be steal a secret kiss, get a free bonus scene. And the CTA, which would be this is the text that's on the button. Send me my bonus scene. Send me the bonus scene. For romantic suspense, download the case file free prequel. The CTA is get the case file now. Notice how these are matching. The CTA matches with what the headline is. Cozy mysteries, join the club, monthly clues plus a free story, and join the mystery club. So it's like you're iterating, you're taking the headline, it's really strong, and you're making the CTA really match with that. The fantasy is open the gate, free prequel and a map, enter the realm as the CTA. So now this is what, here's where we're going to try to do the demo. I want you to, we're going to start with a clean template. We're going to use that. And because I'm using the free version to show you, what's going to happen is that we're going to do it from scratch. We're going to add the core element. Just going to do the headline, the little text, and the call to action. Insert the call to action button, and then we'll preview it and publish it. And let's see if I can get us down here. Okay, so we're not, this is the testing for afterwards. All right, so if I switch over, and I did this correctly, open the right window. Of course, I did not open the right window. Here we go. In MailerLite, when you're first in here, you see this is your dashboard, your menu that's on here. What you're going to do is go to Sites. When you click on Sites, and this is the newest version. Okay, I wanted to make sure that I'm not using, it's a free version, but it's the newest version. When I work with it, I still use Classic because I never upgraded, and they're not making me upgrade yet. So it looks a whole different thing, but I didn't feel that training you on that would be sensible. Anyway, so that's under Sites. And then the first thing that's going to pop is you either have a landing page here, see the top, or a website. We're going to do a landing page. So we're going to create our first landing page. This is my test site. Okay. When you come into it, and because we're using the free version, we're going to be limited some things. But the first thing you want to do is give it a name. It says site name, but that means landing page name. Because Jade Lee is not here, I am going to, again, use her book as a demo because that's the kind of person I am. All right. So this is going to be the Duke landing page. Right? And I have to move you all away so I can actually see it. Okay, so then you click Save and Continue. All right. The second thing you have to do after you name it is you have to say which subscriber group is it going to belong to. It could belong to all of the subscriber groups that you have listed there, or it could be a new one. I am doing this one because Jade writes for Harlequin writers or Harlequin readers, and then she also writes for Dragon Blade, and they're 2 different kinds of people. So this landing page is going to get subscribers who are Harlequin readers. So I made a group called Harlequin, and I'm going to click on it. You can add a new group on this page. If you have nothing here at all, you can create a new group immediately. It's really easy to do. Once you've clicked one of them at least, or all of them or whatever, then you move to the next slot, which is a new page. Now, because again, I didn't pay for this. If you have a paid version, I would suggest that you use the template called book template, because it's already got some of the book promotion. Sorry. It's got some of the stuff on there, and you can change it to work for you. And I'll show you what the preview looks like, but I can't actually do this. The thing that you want to make sure at the top here is you turn all of this off and this off, because you want to have a clean slate. And then this is your, will it be above the folds, which is your hero line here, the benefits that they're going to get from it, what you want from them. And then here's the button to turn on. And this is your visual that you're giving. Here's the other things they do is they added meet the author. I would put this way down at the bottom if you're even going to put that in there. Instead, here's what social proof looks like. Okay. It's very easy, actually. Once you see what it looks like, you're fine. Down here, I would delete all of that. You don't need any of that. And this is just buying a book. Okay, I would delete this as well. This gets deleted. See, they put a lot of stuff in there. These posts, they will all be deleted. And then this is just a repeat down here of this call to action at the top. Okay, I wanted to show you this so that you could see if you're using a template, what would be one on MailerLite that would be a good one to use, but we're not going to use that. So we're going to go back to create from scratch. Oops, we have our group. Now we're going to try to go here. Okay, create from scratch. All right, we can't, I would like to create from scratch. You don't let me do it? Come on, baby. There we go. We come to this section where it says blank slate, right? All right. So the first things I do is I go, okay, I need to get rid of all the distractions. So I'm going to go up here to the top. And the thing about this is like some of you have, it's a combination of buttons and deleting stuff. So get rid of the logo, get rid of the buttons, get rid of stay on top. When you click this little on off, that's what makes it show and not show. Now I've got to go up to the actual menu items. So I need to get rid of all of them. I want to delete it. And now it won't let you delete the last one. So what I'm going to do is go to style, and I'm going to change the color to what my background is. And my background is white. And the code for white is F, 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 6 F's. 6 F's. Ta-da! It's gone. It's still there, but they can't see it. So therefore it doesn't exist. Now, we're going to go straight over here. We're going to put some elements in here, add a section. So you can add a section by dragging it from the sidebar or click on the add a section. And the add a section, what we want, the first thing is we want a CTA, a subscriber, and we want it with a picture. So we're taking this one, which is considered CTA subscribe 3, and we're dragging it into the canvas. And of course it didn't go in here, so I'm just going to delete this at the top. And anything that's like this that shows like that, it's not going to show up on the final page, so you're perfectly fine. All right, so here's where the headline goes. Here's where the extra material that I'm going to say about the why. And then it's going to be the subscription here. First thing I'm going to fix is because I always want them to have the option of adding their name as well, so I can get their name. So I go to form and I'm adding a field and it's name. And then I want to put the name above the email. So you notice it shows this here. And it's perfectly fine for the show labels above inputs. Or that's just adding more, it takes up more space. So to me, I'd leave that off, okay? And I'm going to change this later, but right now I'm not going to worry about it. Now, I came into this without writing all of those elements down that I had told you about, because I'm going to pretend that this is a book that I wrote 5 years ago, and I don't remember a lot of the details about it. which is, so what I did instead is that I'm going to use AI, and I save prompts for my AI. Okay. So the prompt that I want is, I'm going to act as I want to get the primary genre. I want to get the tropes for this book because I forgot all this. And I want who the reader personas, who it is that I'm addressing with this landing page. So the best thing to do is to use prompts that work. And I have used these over for more than a year now, and they actually work for me. So I'm going to be putting this into ChatGPT. I'm going to be telling it how that should behave, and then I'm going to give the information about the book. All right. I could read the prompt to you if that helps, is act as a fiction marketing strategist. And from the book data below, identify number one, the primary genre and up to 2 secondary genres. Number 2, the top tropes, 3 to 7. I want more than one. 3 is a good number. 7 is as far as I want to go. In common reader facing language. And then number 3, I want reader personas, 2 to 3 sentences, who they are, what they love, and why this book would fit. And then the rules for this are only use the provided data, infer logically, but don't invent missing facts. Keep each section concise and skimmable. And the reason that I'm saying this is here is because I don't want to go out there and make up a bunch of crap about other people's books and things like that. Now, here's the section where I will be putting in the title, blurb, metadata, author notes, imprint, series information. And then I'm telling it this is the output I want because I need the genre, primary and secondary. I need the tropes, and I need the reader persona. And the reason I need this is because here is my other prompt, which I'm going to use to create the headline, the irresistible offer, the persuasive copy, the strong visuals, and a call to action. And that's why we can do this in 15 minutes, guys. Okay. So I am using the Jade Lee book, and because here you should have this on your website, right? You've got a page that's all about the book that you've used in the past on your own website. So this is essentially what this is. Here's the title. Here's the series. Here's a picture. Here's the actually back cover copy. And then I've added the things of the buy links. So what I'm going to do is take everything down to the buy links because I don't need them for this. I'm just going to simply copy it, move over to my little Word. I keep this in Word and I paste in there just like that. And now I have the whole prompt ready to go. And I'm going to copy it. And I now go over into, I know that you love this, guys, my ChatGPT. And I stick it in right there. And I hit enter. And it starts to talk to me. It says the primary genre is historical romance, secondary is multicultural romance, and it's a Regency romance. So it's actually more distinct genre. The tropes are fake courtship, Duke Commodore pairing, illegitimate heroine, protective hero, social scandal, teaching the heroine how to fit in, and then forbidden attraction. The reader persona, who is going to be the visitor? Who is it that I want to attract? Is for readers who adore Regency romances filled with witty banter, scandal, heartfelt emotion. They love strong heroines who fight for their futures and heroes who are truly or duty bound that can't resist falling in love. Perfect for fans who want a fresh multicultural twist on beloved historical romance tropes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this output, and now I move back into Word. This is just getting the stuff done that I need to get to the point where I have the material to make the landing page. All right, so I have the prompt for the landing page here, and it's asking for inputs as the book title, the genre tropes, the author voice, the reader persona, and the irresistible offer. Okay, so I've already copied the book title, the genre tropes, so that's what I'm going to replace here. with what I had just created, right? Okay, so my reader just, okay, so I've got the genre tropes and the reader persona. Okay, who they are and what they love. I can take this out. Now I need the irresistible offer, which is the offer name and format with a plus a one-line description. So the offer, what I'm going to give here is a secret scene of their first meeting that was deleted from the book. Okay, it is going to be a PDF. All right. Now, I want them to create, I want my ChatGPT to create the headline, irresistible offer, persuasive cost, all the rest of it. So again, now I'm ready to go. I'm telling it how to act. And I do this all the way down to the compliance because I want the unsubscribe at any time, no spam to be included. I'm copying it and I'm moving back into my ChatGPT, pasting it, hitting enter. Okay, now let's see what it's come up with. So the clear headline is Step into Forbidden Regency Romance Tonight. Okay. Get a free collectible PDF, The Secret Deleted First Meeting Scene Between Grace and Declan, delivered straight to your inbox within minutes. Indulge in witty banter, scandalous secrets, and a romance that feels both classic and fresh. Escape into a Regency world where desire burns hotter than society's rules. Okay, the strong visuals are what's supposed to help me design this page is sweeping ballrooms, dark velvet tones, elegant serif paired with playful script. Okay, place the hero and heroine silhouette center stage with a bold cover type style. For here, I'm just going to be using the book cover, right? And the call to action is that's a lot of words. Claim your secret thing. So the alternate headline to that is unlock a Regency secret scene instantly. And another alternate CTA is send me my Regency romance bonus. Okay, so these are all very helpful. What I would do is take this and then I can change this if I don't feel that headline is clear enough, I could either reiterate it in ChatGPT or now I could use this. I take this as a starting point and I'm going, okay, that doesn't sound like Sarah, but I'm going to change it so it sounds like Sarah. But for this demonstration, I just wanted you to see behind the scenes what you could be doing to create how to put together a landing page for this. So we're going to go ahead and just take the clear headline as is. Now we go over into, oops, wrong one. So instead of join my newsletter, it's going to be the clear thing. Step into forbidden Regency romance tonight. Then this is the second one, which is get a free collectible PDF. So it's the name and email. And now I want the subscribe to be changed to the CTA down here. I like unlock a Regency secrets. I like send me my Regency bonus scene. So all you have to do is click on top of the subscribe and it has, have that. Now for the picture, I'm going to just change it out to the cover. And essentially, okay, that is it. Now what I could do down here is I could add another section. I could do a social proof, which is like the different testimonials. Let's say I've got one. So I'm adding it here. And I'll just say the steam from this scene made me gasp. And it's going to be Sarah R. And I am a romance reader. Okay. That is it. That is just putting together a landing page. You can add the extra things to it. Then what you do at this point is that you move on to done editing. you put in, you can either, I would say, I'm going to call this Duke. You want to make it short and easy for them to write. If you have a favicon, which is your the thing up there, like Fresh Fiction has a big F. Okay. These are just the different things that you can add. This would be landing page for Duke, for daring. It's daring debutantes. Daring. It helps if I could spell. Daring debutantes. Book 1. If I had keywords, and I could also ask for keywords for ChatGPT, if I'm like, I have no idea what they would be, if you can just go ahead and ask it and it would give you some keywords to put in here. It's a sign up for secret first meeting scene. And do you want to have, yes, you would always say yes. And then you would save and continue. Remember, this is your first draft. So at least you get something done. This is the whole point of this, right? Then you can see, remember when we're going to do testing, they can do that. If you want to have the double opt-in, I would not, because you're already sending them something and they're going to get the back. Here's the URL that you'll learn that you'll be doing this. Here's the groups that it's connected with. These are all of the things down here that you might want to use or go ahead and add stuff to it. Okay. And that is, let's see, can I preview this? No. Overview, publish. So publish would be where you actually set it out there so that people can see it. Let's go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to copy this. And this should work. Let me start another. There. There's my first page. There is my landing page. Very rough draft. But that's it. So remember, you want to start with a clean template with no navigation at the top, or at least blank it out so that they aren't going off into Neverland. You want to make sure you have the core elements. You want to make sure that you have a CTA that's easy to see, up at the top, and it's a reason for a reader to want to get something. And then you also want to make sure that you preview and publish it and test it yourself. Okay, for testing is once you did do one of these, you want to test the just two things that you want to test is the headline variation and your call to action button. All right, so you would try one and then for a week and then try another one for a week and then compare which ones seem to get more people joining your mailing list. Then the metrics that you really want to look at are the conversion rate, which is the page views to signups. And what you would do is you could see how many visitors to that page and then how many they actually signed up for. The second thing that you would do is the first email open rate, is that just because they got sent your free gift, did they actually open it? Right. But don't take this as the gospel. The clicking on it is better to see that they actually downloaded what you sent them. And then how many people unsubscribed? You want to have the unsubscribe rate of the new people this would be within the group, to be under 2%, to be about 2%, under 5%. If it's higher than 5%, then you did something wrong. It's either that you're going after, you attracted the wrong readers and you want to get them off your list. Okay, so what you want to do if you do it today is that you want to publish your page today, the first draft that you get out there. You want to try for 200 visits within 1 week from 3 different channels. 3 different channels could be as your current mailing list. Go ahead and send it out to them to see if some people will go and visit it. You could also use it you could just pin it on Pinterest or on any of your other social media platforms where you're active, and then pin it at the top to see how they do that. Now, if you need help in writing a compelling caption and visual for that, I would say go ahead and use ChatGPT or whatever your AI of your choice to help you with that, to help you to write that. Just tell it that you are a marketing strategist and you want a compelling social media post that will get people interested in what your hero line is, and then run tests. Remember, your first attempts are not perfect, neither is your second one, but the more times you do it, the better that you get at it. And every high converting landing page that you admired started as a draft. And the difference between authors who grow their lists and those who don't is the ones who actually try and keep iterating. Okay, I'm going to just leave this up here in case you have any questions for this, and I'm open in chat.
Sarah, I've got a question.
Maybe I'm open in chat. Can't see the chat. So if you have a question, go ahead and turn off your microphone and talk.
Can you hear me,
Kim,
Sarah?
do you have a question?
Yes.
Okay, I can't hear you.
Oh. I'll type it.
I can hear you, so your audio's working.
Oh, okay. I'll type it.
I really can't hear you.
We can hear you. I can hear you. Meg can hear you.
Okay, hang on, everybody. I am going to get a new headphones, so help me God.
Can you hear me now?
Somebody say something.
Can you hear me now?
No.
No. I put it in chat. Do you guys understand my question? Anybody else who can hear me?
I'm actually confused too.
Okay.
I'm not,
Hello?
Can you hear me?
can you hear us?
I can hear you now. God. Okay. That was my brand new headphones, people.
Okay, so my question is, I don't really understand how to link this to my website.
Okay, you just you're going to make it a MailerLite, and then you're not going to actually link it to it's like a hidden page on your website. It's not going to be linked to your website. What you're doing is driving traffic from elsewhere to sign up for your mailing list. That's the goal of this. But it needs to look like your website. Let's see. So for example, if you need to have more subscribers on so if you are self-publishing or your publisher allows you to put a link in the back copy of the book, you would drive them to this landing page, not to your website.
Okay.
Okay. So if they don't do that, and the way that you want to be able to drive traffic is that's when you would use your social media. You've seen people who say, oh, I'm going to put something into my mailing list next week. You want to make sure that you signed up. Unless it's really compelling, nobody's going to do that. So instead, do a tease of, ooh, a new bonus secret scene just dropped. Do you want more information? And then the link that you would do would be go to this landing page.
Okay. So is there ever a time where this would link to your website? I mean,
Yeah, why wouldn't you want all of this good stuff on the page of your website that says sign up for my newsletter?
Because that was the number one thing I said is remember distractions. If it's on your website, there's so much other stuff on your website, you do not want to distract them from it.
okay. So this is your landing page is just to use elsewhere, not
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So on your website, yeah, you're going to have pop-up boxes. You're going to have a join my mailing list and everything else. This is just like on top of it. And what you'll find is that landing pages convert better than a box on your website does.
Okay.
Because when you go to a website, okay, so the first thing, like if you're going to Nordstrom's, okay, now let's do Instagram because we're all Instagram users. We're on Instagram and there's this really cool bra. And you think, oh, my bra is miserable. But oh, there's a nice lady that looks like me and she looks happy. I want to know more. So I click on the learn more key, right? It's taking me immediately to a landing page, where they want to capture my information because I'm on my phone, is they want me to sign up for their mailing list and then their text messages, and then I'll get the information. By the time I get to that information, that's because it's a mobile device. But when they start to give me more stuff, then I am more interested in actually giving them my email. Because before that point, no, I don't care about 30% off. I don't care about that. I want to see, do you have the bra in my size?
Is there
There's
someone
my
that does this well? Is there someone who does this well, an author that we could look at their just to put it in?
Okay, that I will write this down because I don't have ones off the top of my head. I did do research on it. I know that Lucy Scores was doing a really good job for a while, and I don't know if she still is. And she was one where I went in from the back copy to see what the bonus epilogue was. And I went, oh, and then I got trapped into page after page. And I went, oh, that's really good.
So she pulled you from her Instagram page to this link.
She pulled me from the back from her self-published books where it was after I finished the whole book, it was get another bonus scene, get another epilogue. And I was a sucker for epilogues. I have gone into, I'm trying to remember, it was a mystery writer that I went into off of Instagram. And that took me straight to a landing page where I learned all about, it was to learn about the character. It was a secret. It was his secret that you wouldn't know, but you needed to know. And I was like, what is that? And then I was curious and I went in there and then I learned. After I signed up for the newsletter, then I found out what the book was. That works. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll be putting this in the back of our books on our social media, but something stuck in my mind that would relate to the website. If subscribe is a low converting word, should we use a different word on our sign up for the newsletter website page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Okay.
I really hate, these are my other headphones. Okay. Yeah, you should subscribe and download. Those are words that are very mundane. Everybody uses them. It's not like exciting. What you want to do is make your call to action buttons exciting. And you can use a lot of text on those. People are surprised. They think they should just be subscribe or whatever like that. It doesn't have to be.
Okay. Thank you.
And do use AI to give you ideas. It is pulling from information of all that's out there, and it helps to spark your own imagination. And the more times that you use it, the more it starts to like, oh, I know what your voice is. I know what you want. And then change the thing of what is an action verb that would make a mystery writer or a mystery reader sign up or click.
Once we find that, should it be consistent across everything we're using? Okay.
No, because then you're testing, you're going after different, because the same person is not going to hit your website or your landing page exactly the same each time. It's going to be a different person. So you want to appeal to as many people as possible. Plus, you want to test it to see which is a better action. Now, if you've tested it, here's the 2 CTA texts that I used. This one really, people are really clicking on this and people are ignoring that one, then get rid of it. Okay, this is an opportunity for you to test those kind of things. And when you find that works, because that means that it appeals to your reader who is connecting with your brand, then you should use it as often as possible. So then I guess the answer to that was, yeah, you should use, if you find one that really works, then use it across everywhere. Sorry,
Okay.
I had to think that one through.
Are you using a different landing page for each book or just different genres?
I would use them for each series. If it's a standalone book, it would be a standalone book. Because the whole point of it is once you get them into your environment, then you can send them newsletters and they'll be on different things.
So like when you have a new series, one series end and you have a new series begin, if it's in the same genre, are you still going to have a separate landing page?
You can if you want to. And remember, these can be evergreen, where it's out there. So as a reader discovers this series or this world of yours, then is constantly adding more people to it without you doing a lot of work.
Okay.
So what we did the last time was the 5 emails that you would make evergreen that you would connect to this landing page. And I had skipped over landing page because I had made the assumption that you all knew how to do a landing page. And I was informed that is not true.
True.
So it's like a combination kind of thing. And once I would do it for every series personally, as it, and what I advise people, what I advise authors is do it for your series. If you have a standalone, you could do it for your world, as long as your standalones have something in common that you can go across where the reader feels familiar and comfortable. And then you wouldn't have to have a new landing page, but you would do different social media posts to get them to that landing page. Okay, was that helpful?
Very.
Yeah, I tried to do it as quickly as possible in MailerLite so that you get an idea with the free version, and you can add to it. You could change the background colors and all of that. But I think starting simply and at least getting the elements and learning what the elements are that you want to make a successful landing page is, once you get that down, that structure down, then it's easy to add the different things to it. And to test it. You should always test.
So we can use the MailerLite grouping to have different groupings for each if we're in different series. Okay.
You can use the grouping for whatever makes sense for you.
Okay.
So if you have romantic suspense and then you have like clean romance or something like that, if that's your 2 different things, then you would want to have, there are going to be certain newsletters that you just send out to that one group of people, and then certain ones you send out to another group of people, and then some you send out to everybody. So the more you segment your list, the better mileage you'll get out of it.
Okay. That is helpful because I have in so many different genres, and I have one newsletter going to everyone, and they don't always hit the right mark for some readers because that new book I have out isn't the one they're looking for next because they're reading the other genres. So yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah. And MailerLite is very good about the groupings. They make it easy for you on the admin side of how to do those. No, it's not, Meg. Meg disagrees.
I updated and I pay for it, and I still find it very hard to use. Just saying. And I took your notes, and I'm like, I know when I sign on to MailerLite, I'm not going to see anything that looks like anything she talked about. But I'll try.
Oh, okay. So what you were saying, Meg, let me see if I get this straight. What you were saying is you need help. And if you share your MailerLite screen with us for somebody to tell you what all of those things are. She turned off her sound, so she's just talking.
No, I said, sure. I'm trying to think, okay, can I even get onto MailerLite? Because every time I try to sign on, they tell me my password has to be changed. Hold on.
How often do you send out a newsletter?
Theoretically, once a month.
Okay, in reality, Meg, how often do you send it out?
I have a book due Sunday night. I haven't done a newsletter in almost 2 months.
Oh my God.
All right. I'm a failure. Okay.
I didn't say that you were a failure.
Okay, I did.
Okay,
Okay,
but
wait a second. Okay. Actually, I wouldn't mind this. Do you mind? Because does anybody else here use MailerLite?
Yes.
Do you pay for it, Deborah?
Yes.
And do you have the new one?
Yes. I'm sending it out once a month. First, I've changed it to the first Tuesday of the month because first Friday wasn't working so well for opening. And what I'm doing though is copying a previous, so I'm not reinventing the wheel every time, using that as a template All I have to
Right.
do is switch out my message and my covers and things like that. But yeah, it's working for me okay, though.
Okay.
I'm not getting messages telling me to change passwords, but I change passwords every 6 months anyway. So maybe it's not triggering them to say it's been too long or something like that.
Okay. I don't want to bore people. I'm willing, because
Okay, so unless everybody else wants it, then Meg, what we need to do is just have a separate thing where you show me your screen and I tell you this is what this does, this is what that does, this is what this does. Okay? Because I think that,
Deborah knows what she's doing and Kim doesn't use it.
what do you use, Kim?
I'm not using anything right now.
See, she's worse than I am. See?
I had a newsmail or a newsletter, and I wasn't writing for a couple of years, and then I lost all of my contacts.
Kim.
Yeah, that really sucked.
I was wondering why I didn't get anything from you.
Yeah.
What were you using?
I don't even remember what it was, and I tried to go back and get it, and they don't have a free version anymore. I'm so bad. But then I just signed up for one before you started using MailerLite on your last, right
Yeah.
before you had,
Okay, which one did you sign up for?
I knew you would ask me.
Of course I'm going to ask you. That's my job.
I'm looking.
Okay, while she's
I
looking,
haven't done it yet.
Okay.
can I share 1 second?
Yes, go ahead, share. I turned you on so that you could share.
Okay, so here's my dashboard. Yes.
Yes.
So I thought, okay, how do I create a landing page?
See where it says sites on the left-hand side?
Sites.
Click.
Okay. All right. I was looking under forms. Okay. Create. Okay. Now,
It says site name, which is stupid. It's the landing page name. So you
Okay.
could say first one or something like that. You could say landing page.
okay.
Now you just
Save
click
and
save,
continue.
continue. Okay, so you have two groups, From Website and Meg Napier. I don't know what they mean.
I don't either. And I have far more than 459 subscribers.
You only have that many people in your group. So you're going to have to create a new group. And I would say create the new group and so call it everyone. Click on the little
Yeah, I was just
add
trying
new group,
to add new group, call it everyone.
everyone.
Okay.
Okay. There's nobody in it right now, but don't worry about that.
Okay.
You can add people.
So now continue.
Continue.
And you said book promotion.
If you go down, there's one it says page 2, I think.
Book promotion. Wait a second. Your stripe element has moved.
Okay, you're not using it, so that's okay. So
Telling
say-
me words I don't understand. Okay.
Okay.
How to create landing pages, which is what you were trying to teach me.
Yeah.
It won't let me close this.
You want to continue to the builder.
Builder,
Click.
yes, you're right.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you're here.
Now switch to mobile view. Oh, that you said was helpful.
I would never design in mobile view, but it's like, what will you see in mobile view?
Okay. So this is what you took off, yes?
Yes, I took off the top 2.
Is that a delete button?
That's a delete button.
Okay. And then
Now, unfortunately, it never lets you take off the top thing, which I think is so stupid, but okay.
but you changed the font.
I just changed the color so it was all white. So because my background was white and so you couldn't see it.
That style?
No, and your the little gear on the upper right-hand side there.
Okay.
Okay, so you turn off logo.
Okay.
Okay. Now you click on author. Go up and click on author. Okay, see the little gear here?
Yes, that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you delete author testimonials
Oh.
and the pricing. Okay, you can't change it. So now go to style, see the content style, do
Oh, and
style
you said FFF.
and FF. Yeah. Or just click on the white because it's white.
Look at that.
There, now it's all gone.
Sarah, you'll come stay with me in my house, right? And help me do all these things.
Okay, so now you have the box where you have the hero, where you're putting the little information about it, the
Okay.
name, email and name, get free chapter. So their text is get free chapter. Here you would send your call to action, and then you put the picture in the right-hand side. And then you just go
Okay.
down and change the
Do all
things.
this stuff. Okay.
And if you don't like it, okay, so you see the little arrows on the left-hand side?
Arrows on the left-hand side. Yes.
There. Okay, that moves that section either up or down.
Got it. Okay. And this is what it's going to look like on my phone. That's what I asked them
No,
for.
now okay, so next to the little like monitor, there's like a square thing. Click on it at the top of the page. You see it says okay, left side it says landing page. Then it's
Yes.
got four things.
Yes.
A little bit further to your right.
Ah, okay.
There,
And
that click. That is what it looks like on your mobile phone.
okay. And this is what you call above the fold and just what you
Yes.
see here on your
Yes.
first phone screen.
On your first phone screen.
Okay. But okay, and I can edit on this.
Yeah,
Yes?
you can. As long as
Okay.
when it highlights, you could edit it.
Now, like this, I have to then put in a link to BookFunnel, yes?
No, that's a different thing. If you are to,
If I'm giving away something.
if you're giving away something and it's on BookFunnel, then instead of sign up, you're going to have them sign up on BookFunnel, not on your site, not on your landing page. Because BookFunnel requires that that they give them an email address, and then you have to pay BookFunnel to get the email address from them. I would say,
Will this
just send the
Well-
PDF yourself.
let us link the PDF? How do they get the PDF? Do
You-
we link it somehow?
You link it. What you do is the button would say, I want to start reading now. And then it would take them to your page in BookFunnel. And on your page in BookFunnel, the first thing you have to do is give BookFunnel the email address.
But I already pay BookFunnel.
Okay, so do you have a direct link for that?
I don't know.
Then so the other thing I was reading about BookFunnel and the other one is that you give them the URL, but first you collect their name so that the URL is given in the first email that you send out in the automation process. It's a little more complicated.
Oh, I get it. The link to BookFunnel comes after they give me their
Yes,
email address. I get it. That sounds,
better.
yeah, reasonable.
So it collects the email from MailerLite and then they get the BookFunnel.
Then you send them the first email that you send in the
Okay.
automation is here's the link to download your book. And then
Okay,
that
that
goes
way-
directly to BookFunnel.
Yeah. So
So
BookFunnel's not
if-
controlling the emails then. That's
Right.
good. Okay.
I have found, okay, like when I get my files from you for the monthly contests, right?
Mhm.
If someone has already unsubscribed, then I can't resubscribe them.
No.
But if they do it, if they get to me through something like this, can then will their email address be added?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Because right there, what you're looking at, that is a glorified form. It's a form that's embedded in a page. Okay. And it is the only way that a subscriber can then themselves resubscribe to your mailing list.
Okay. And again, this crucial link didn't sink into my head while you were talking. How do I get people's eyes on this form?
Because you're getting them on the page, right?
Through
A
like
landing
something
page.
on Instagram.
You're going to put it on Instagram. You're going to put it on at the bottom of your signature file, your signature and your emails that you send out. You can do it on
So
Facebook.
on Instagram, it has to go in the bio. Right? It can't be in a post.
Once you have 1,000 or 10,000 people, then you can put the link in your stuff. Until then, yes, it goes at the top of your profile, or you can have 3 links in your profile now, or you put it on your link tree.
Okay, and this link I get directly by copying and pasting this? No.
At the end, when you said done editing, click on done editing. That's at the right-hand side of the top.
Or over there, right in front of me.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
That's why we're sharing screen. Okay, once you click on that.
Okay, which I'm not done editing. I'll be able to go back later.
Yeah. Until
Okay.
you publish it, you can edit it constantly. All right, that landing page URL,
Okay.
that is what, okay, so you're going to put something there instead of whatever.
Perfect, yes.
Yeah, say landing or say.
But I'm not going to use my own domain.
No, not unless you
No.
already have it connected. I don't think you do.
Okay.
Do you have it connected?
I don't know.
Okay, that means no.
No,
If
it
you-
doesn't, because I didn't do any of this myself. I asked people like my son, can you fix this for me? So
Then
I have,
ask your son if your domain is connected to the MailerLite.
okay.
If it is, what it'll do is it'll change. Okay, do the drop down where it says subscribepage.io. No, your domain is not connected. So you can ask your son to connect your domain
Okay.
here, and he will do it. And then your drop down will be megnapier.com.
Okay.
And then after that, so then what you put in that box to the right is what you're calling this landing page, but it has to be one word, or you can use dashes, but don't use dashes. Just use one word and make it so it's easy for people to remember.
Okay.
Okay.
I lost you.
So like you could call it right now, instead of, you could just type in, because this is not published yet, so it doesn't matter. You can change it many times. Put test 1. Okay.
That's
Somebody already used that.
already used. Think of that. Meg's test.
You can't use apostrophes. It can only be characters. Yeah. Okay. So now this whole thing is what you would be using to send people here. This is how they would use that to get here. So it'd be subscribepage.io/Meg's
What does
test.
favicon even mean?
That is okay. So you see at the top where you've got a big B up on your above, all the way up at the top of your page. No, look high up. It says landing page on the right-hand side. Next to it says custom book brush.
Yes.
You see the B? You see that B? The B. There's a B. That's a favor. That's a favor. That's a favicon.
Where are you seeing a B? I see custom book brush. I see. No, I don't want that.
No, you can't click on it. It's just an image. MailerLite has the green thing with it pointing down. We can all see this. The assassination of Charlie whatever has a
Right.
picture. It has a
Okay.
little picture
Oh, the
of,
thing next to it.
yeah.
Yeah, the Gmail has their little.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
just wasn't understanding how to go away.
No, you're not going to go away.
No, I just want this thing to go away so I can even see what we're talking about. Okay. So it's a tiny little.
It's a tiny little icon. That's
Okay.
what a favicon is. Now you can change it for anything that you do. So if you had a beautiful little icon that was your Meg M-N or something, Meg
Okay.
Napier, you would add it here
Okay.
so that they would know, because it
Okay.
signals. What is signaling to the person here is
Okay.
this legit.
Okay.
So
Got
it's
it.
just an
Sorry, I was
addition
so
of this is
blind.
legit.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's something I could create
Yes.
in my spare time. Okay.
Or ask your son.
Or ask my son. Yeah.
That's what sons are for.
I know. Oh,
Okay.
God. And then it gets into these all words.
And again, I said use your AI.
Okay.
Actually, you could go into AI and say, if I was Meg, I would say, oh my God, I need help. I need to create the settings for my MailerLite. Here are the things I need to set. Help me write them. Enter.
Okay.
and it'll go, and it'll give you all the shit you need.
Okay. Okay,
And
now,
this
wait, the last thing.
Okay. I was going to preach to the choir here. So the thing of AI is that people who learn how to use like the basics of it are still light years ahead of the people who say, I don't want to do that. The problem is just like the people who used to use typewriters when word processors came out became dinosaurs. You don't want to be a dinosaur. Okay.
Can you
Move down.
copy and can I like copy this and then put a prompt and then paste it to ChatGPT? Can you do that?
You
Is
could do
that
a screen print,
okay?
and the screen print becomes a JPEG or PNG, and then you can put the PNG into
Okay.
ChatGPT.
Okay.
Then that's just
Okay.
adding a file.
Okay. But then once I have this URL, right? Then I link that in my, not in my newsletter because people are already getting my newsletter. I put this in my
Right.
social media, my Facebook.
You put in your social media. I would use the newsletter to see if people would sign up for, if people actually go to it and sign up for it, because if they're already on your list, it's not hurting.
Okay.
Okay. What it's doing is validating that what you wrote on here is, and you're giving away something that people who
Okay.
are already subscribed to you would want to have.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
It's a good way to get it to them too. Because I was,
Yeah.
before you finished, I was wondering about that. I already have hundreds of people on here. They will probably want this new great thing.
Yes. And then you could use that as a basic test to see, oh, this really worked. My verbiage is good. They're clicking on it. They're
Yeah.
making a comment on it. And especially if you use a testimonial from people who are already on your mailing list to put on that landing page to say how excited they were when they got the freebie.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sarah.
Are we limited in how many groups we can have on there? Do you know? if there's a
You
limit?
probably are, but it's probably hundreds or something.
Okay, so I won't worry about that then.
Yeah, I wouldn't
All
worry
right.
about it.
Okay.
It'll let you know when.
How many
You-
groups you can have on email? You mean
Yeah.
on MailerLite?
On
Yeah.
the, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What service do you guys at Fresh Fiction use?
I use 3 different email programs. I use MailerLite, MailChimp, and MailerCloud because I don't trust any of them. And because my mailing list, like Kim, who went away, is if I ever lose my mailing list, that's a big part of my
Right.
business. I have been spending 23 years collecting all of you people's names and email addresses, and I'm not going to lose those suckers.
Okay.
And I keep the unsubscribes too. Because sometimes I go back to the unsubscribes and I say, hey, this is what you're missing. But I do it on a different platform.
Oh,
That's good.
Remember the first of every month, just like you change out your batteries or whatever you do on the first of the month, I always give my dog his heartworm pills, is that you back up all your databases.
okay.
And all you do to back it up is just export it. You export the subscriber list. That's
Okay.
all you have to do.
That's important. I had to have my laptop repaired, and
Yeah.
moving things onto the external hard drive before I took it in took me a solid week of just doing nothing but that, because I hadn't been in the practice of saving things to the external hard drive like I should have. Yes.
It's just like the first of every month, I change my toothbrush. Okay, the head, my electric toothbrush. I give the dog his heartworm. There's a couple of other like things. I throw out my old contact solution that has not been. I check the expiration dates because I don't want to get an eye infection again. You only have to get one once, guys. Only have to get one once. And then I also back up all of my lists, and then I back up my website. This just, once you do it 3 times, and then you're like, oh, it's the first of the month, I need to do all these things. And it's just you won't lose your shit.
Okay.
I was lucky that all it needed was a new battery and 2 new speakers, and then they cleaned it up. I was lucky that it wasn't failing, because I could have lost things. I can only get so much moved off. So I prioritized, And what was left, it was still okay, but it was still in there. But I wouldn't have been happy if I'd lost it, but it wouldn't have been the end of the world because I saved my manuscripts, and I would have probably said, Sarah, I need the graphics from the previous contest again. The ones that I
Yeah.
can use, because I just only so much time. So,
Yeah.
and then the book covers, I knew I could ask the cover artist if they went away. I ran out of time. My husband came in the door and he literally said, hand it over. We need it now. We are leaving on the cruise tomorrow. If you want me to take it to the shop. And I hit power down and handed it to him, and off it went. And I just prayed that it was all on there.
And then you were praying the whole time it was gone, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So I don't want that to happen again.
No, it's just you create these little habits. And for me, I got an eye infection because I didn't check on my solutions, and I couldn't see for 2 days. And that was just like, that was many years ago. And then I learned that just put this in a list of things to do. It's a lot easier to throw something out than it is to
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Thank you. I'm so glad you got back on Facebook too. They
Oh,
banned me
too.
for
Oh,
4
did you?
months
When
in
did you get back?
2024.
Monday night, right before I
Okay.
went off for book club. Monday
Okay.
was a very stressful day for me. Now I'm just whining because I will delete all
All
this,
right.
but maybe I should stop recording right now.